And I'm back.
Hey there.
Alright. Is Shandrak there? We'll wait a couple more seconds for Shandrak. Is Tenzi there?
Yep.
And Asher, are you there?
Yep.
Couple more seconds for Shandrak. You there, Shandrak?
Yes, I'm back.
Alrighty. So, you begin identifying the staff. And this staff is amazing. Alright. So this staff has multiple functions. Okay, so for the first function that you identify, the following powers on this staff do not drain charges. Number 1 is detect magic. You might want to write this down on something.
Yeah.
Thing on the treasure list.
So it casts detect magic without taking charges. It casts enlarge without taking charges, and staves. They cast spells at the, I believe it's the 9th level. Okay, so this detect magic is 9th level detect magic, enlarge is 9th level enlarge. It also casts hold portal at 9th level. Alright, casts the light spell at 9th level. 9th level. And it casts protection from evil and good.
Oof. Okay.
Okay, at 9th level.
That's
Alright,
cool.
so that was your... Go ahead, say again.
Are they all without charges being used, all those spells?
Those take no charges. 1,
That's
2,
it.
3, 4, 5 spells. Alright? So that's what you determine in your first round of identification. And now, do you want to continue identifying this item?
Yes, please.
Alright. The following powers drain 1 charge per usage. Okay. Invisibility at 9th level. Fireball at 9th level. Knock at 9th level. Lightning bolt at 9th level. Pyrotechnics at 9th level. Here's the kicker. Ice storm at 9th level. Web at 9th level. Another kicker, wall of fire at 9th level. Dispel magic at 9th level. And pass wall at 9th level.
Pass wall?
Pass wall.
All right.
It's a 5th level wizard spell in the player's handbook. A pass wall spell enables the spellcaster to open a passage through wooden, plaster, or stone walls, but not other materials. The spellcaster and any associates can simply walk through. The spell causes a 5-foot wide, 8-foot high, 10-foot deep opening. Several of these spells can form a continuing passage so that very thick walls can be pierced. If dispelled, The pass wall closes away from the dispelling caster, ejecting those in the passage. And the material component of the spell is a pinch of sesame seeds, but we don't use that. And it comes from a magical item, so. Range
It's
is
already cool as hell.
yeah, range is 30 yards, so that means 90 feet. Duration is 1 hour plus 1 turn per level, so it lasts a long fucking time. Area of effect is, of course, the 5 by 8 by 10 foot area. Components are verbal somatic material, but it comes from a magic item, so don't worry about that. Casting time normally for the spell is 5, but this comes from a staff. Staves have their own speed. In the initiative macro, there is a staff initiative. And then saving throw is none. Obviously, it's on an object, so and it doesn't. It's not like you're disintegrating the object or something, so there's no item save. All right. So, do you wish to continue identifying this item?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, on the third round of identification of this staff, you find that these following powers drain 2 charges per usage. Okay, so this is a identical to that caused by a genie. This is a whirlwind power. So it's like the genie monster's special whirlwind attack. Okay, two charges per usage. And then conjure elemental, and a caveat to that is the staff can be used to conjure 1 elemental of each type per day, each having 8 hit dice. So that's the 4 basic elementals, not like all the other, like lava element. Okay, so not those. It's the 4 basic ones. So you get earth, fire, wind, and water elementals with 8 hit dice, which is not bad, but that's a short-lived elemental basically in combat. But some of the elementals hit like a truck, so you'll have to play with that.
Yeah.
Next is for 2 slots, or 2 charges, plane travel, which is probably like the what's that called? Not probably planar. What is it called? Plane shift.
Plane
It's
shift.
probably gonna be plane shift. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's what that means. This was written during first edition, and they probably didn't edit very well back then, so I think they mean plane shift. Okay.
Yeah, Jack, you can go home whenever you want to and come back.
And then telekinesis, but telekinesis is at 8th level instead of 9th level. So, i.e., 200 pounds maximum weight. And that's all you determine in the 3rd round. Do you wish to continue?
Yes,
Identify.
please.
All right.
Just everyone's besides telekinesis. Those are at 9th level.
All right.
Real quick.
So from this staff, you get a +2 bonus to all saving throws versus spell. So it's kind of got like a bit of protection to it.
Nice.
It can be used to absorb wizard spell energy directed at its wielder. But if the staff absorbs energy beyond its charge limit, which is tracked by myself, it will explode as if a retributive strike had been made. And it doesn't say what a retributive strike is. Okay. The spell levels of energy absorbed count only as recharging the staff, but they cannot be redirected immediately. So, if absorption is desired, that is the only action possible by the staff wielder that round. So you have to declare, I'm using the staff to absorb spell energy. And then you would roll initiative for your base size, and anything that happens after your base size initiative, then you would absorb that spell energy. A note also that the wielder has no idea how many spell levels are cast at him, for the staff does not communicate this knowledge as a something else does, a rod of absorption does. Absorbing spells is risky, but absorption is the only way this staff can be recharged. So you can't recharge it yourself. You actually have to use that absorption ability in combat. Okay, so that's what you determine during the 4th round of identification. Do you want to keep going with this staff?
Yeah, if there's more, yeah.
All right. Now it explains what a retributive strike is. So during the 5th round, retributive strike is a breaking of the staff. It must be purposeful and declared by the wizard wielding it. When this is done, all levels of spell energy in the staff are released in a globe of 30-foot radius. All creatures within 10 feet of the broken staff suffer hit points of damage equal to 8 times the number of spell levels of energy in the rod. 1 to 25. Those between 10 feet to 20 feet take 6 times the levels, and those 20 feet to 30 feet distant take 4 times the levels of damage. Successful saving throws versus magic indicate only 1/2 damage is sustained, so it works like a spell. So that is the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, that was the 5th round. Do you want to continue? It's a very complicated magical item.
Yes, please.
Okay, so during the 6th round, you determine that the wizard breaking the staff has a 50% chance of traveling to another plane of existence. But if he does not, the explosive release of spell energy totally destroys him. This staff and the Staff of Power are the only magical items capable of a retributive strike. So that's the 6th round. Do you want to continue?
Yeah.
On the 7th round, you determine that this is a Staff of the Magi. This potent staff contains many spell powers and other functions. Some of its powers drain charges, others don't. And you determine its history as well, which I don't go into anymore. I used to in my tabletop game, but that was because I would make a 3x5 note card for every magic item. And on Roll20 there are no 3x5 note cards. I mean, there's like cards, but I can't just hand you a card like I can in real life. So I don't track magical items that way anymore. Alright. So it took 8 rounds to determine, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 rounds. 7 rounds to determine what that was. So you have 3 rounds left. What do you want to identify next?
Yeah, Sandrak will tentatively set that down, and then he will try to identify that magic sack.
All right. So in one round, you determine that this is a bag of holding. As with other magical bags, this one appears to be a common cloth sack of about 2 feet by 4 feet size. So 2 feet wide and 4 feet, almost like a potato sack, right? The kinds you do sack races in. 2 feet wide by 4 feet long. The bag of holding opens into a non-dimensional space, and its inside is larger than its outside dimensions. Regardless of what is put into this item, the bag always weighs a fixed amount, which for this particular bag is 15 pounds. Okay, so this weight, the bag's weight limit in contents and its volume limit are determined by making a percentage roll and consulting the table below. So I actually rolled a 66, which means it is a 15-pound bag. The weight limit is 500 pounds, and the volume limit is 70 cubic feet, and I don't really use volume rules. That's an optional rule that I don't really like, other than like the obvious stuff, like a pole arm doesn't go in a backpack, right? If you tie a pole arm to your backpack, it's probably going to hinder you somehow. Like you're trying to walk through a door and it just kind of jerks you back.
What was the volume again?
70 cubic feet volume.
Is there anything in it?
Do you dump it
That's a good
out?
question. Have I finished identifying it?
Yeah. Oh, if overloaded or if sharp objects pierce it from inside or outside, the bag will rupture and be ruined. The contents will be lost forever in the vortices of nil space. And that's all you determine. Period. Like there is no more.
Rick will set that down and says, someone else can check that while I'm identifying something else. And how about, I guess? And I mean the magic book.
Yeah, that was your 8th round, so 9th round, magic book. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So, in the first round, you determine that fighters and wizards are unable to comprehend this work. Priests, rangers, and paladins who read the work, the word of the book, suffer 5d4 points of damage, are stunned for a like number of rounds, and if a saving throw roll versus spell is failed, they lose 5,000 to 20,000 experience points as well. That is 5d4 times 1,000. In addition, such characters must atone within 1 day or lose 1 point of wisdom permanently. So that was the 9th round. Do you want to continue for the 10th round?
Warriors and who can't comprehend it?
Fighters and wizards are unable to comprehend the work. Priests, rangers, and paladins who read the work are stunned. They lose experience points if they fail a spell save. And They must atone within 1 day or lose 1 point of wisdom permanently. So priest, rangers, and paladins.
Both bards are all right.
So that leaves out who? It says fighters, wizards, priests, rangers, paladins. Who else? Who else is there?
And
So you want to continue identifying for your 10th round
yes, please.
on this book?
Yes, please.
Okay. This is the Manual of Stealthy Pilfering. This is a guide to expertise at thievery. It is so effective that any thief or bard who reads it and then spends 1 month of downtime, okay, not adventuring, 1 month of downtime, practicing the skills therein, will gain enough experience points to place him at the midpoint, not at the next highest level, but at the midpoint of the next higher level. So it's better than a wish, right?
Wow.
The text disappears after reading, but knowledge is retained for 3 months. As with other magical texts of this sort, however, the knowledge cannot be recorded or repeated to others. Any additional reading of a similar manual is of no benefit to the character. So for 3 months, you're 1 level higher plus the midpoint. So you have, I think that means basically you have 3 months to get the half experience to get to another level, or else it's you revert back. The knowledge cannot be recorded or repeated to others. Any additional reading of a similar manual is of no benefit to the character. But it doesn't say.
All right.
It doesn't say you can't read another manual of stealthy pilfering in the future. Text disappears after reading, but the knowledge is retained for 3 months.
Is that
You know-
like 3 months to do the training?
Yeah, that's what I think.
No.
No, there is no training. It says you spend 1 month practicing the skills therein, will gain enough experience points to place them at the midpoint of the next higher level. The text disappears after reading, but knowledge is retained for 3 months. So for 3 months, you're one level higher. And then you have the chance to actually get the level if you get the from the midpoint to the next higher level, right? So you only have to, for your next level, you only have to get half experience. You have 3 months to do it, pretty much. And you function as the next highest level while you're gaining the experience. So it's kind of like a race.
How
I
would
guess
that
it's...
affect,
Huh?
how would that affect someone who has like racial limits?
Well, it's magic, so you can go above your racial limits with this. So, yeah. All right, that was your first identify spell. Do you have another one, or?
No, I just had one.
Okay.
Arangor has one.
Okay. And Karenglor helped with the cleansing, right?
Yes.
Okie doke.
And was that the full identification of the book?
Yeah, Manual of Stealthy
Okay.
Pilfering.
Awesome.
As soon as I... Okay, so Karenglor. What does Karenglor want to identify first?
Let's start with the Fang from chest 1.
So that was what? Dim?
Yeah. No faint.
Faint? So that's... What, +2?
Always get that order mixed up. Stu Fang.
Garistro 1 treasure?
No, it's just chest one. It was the one to the west of the entrance.
It's not west of the entrance anymore. It's in this room somewhere.
It used to be. Yeah. I don't think it was called Garistro.
Chest
Well, no, I guess
one.
the oh, because there is a Garistro
Yep.
one treasure, and that was just
It's
gems and stuff, right?
it's a Fang +2, and you get the history of it.
Awesome. And then from the same chest, I'd like to do the medium suit of split mail, also faint.
It is a medium-sized split mail +2.
Yeah.
Which means it's Oyori, you know, +2. Samurai can wear that.
I spell a Yori.
It's O dash YOROI.
So that's 2. So then we will move on to the stuff from the Restored Treasure 5, starting with the Darn Den.
Restro
That is
treasure
faint.
5. Darn Den. Faintly enchanted Darn Den is a Darn Den +2, which is basically a broadsword +2, but it doesn't have the basket hilt, so just call it Darn Den +2. It just functions as a broadsword with no basket.
Sure. Alright, also the Tonto, that's dim enchantment magic, that's a +1, right?
Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, Tonto before.
Tonto is 4. It is a Tonto +1, you get the history.
Yeah. And the Kote dim.
So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is Kote +1, dimly enchanted.
And then the Katana dim.
So 6. Katana +1, dimly enchanted. And you get the history.
Saving this, but then I'm browsing because I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything.
Okay. So 10 minutes have passed. -36. Those two spells were done simultaneously. For the record. So only 10 minutes have passed. Time now is 3:36 a.m. First up is Dante. You hear staff of what?
Yeah, sounds like he's got his name on it. He's just going to sit there and watch and listen and play the harp.
Okay. Shandrak and Company.
So after identifying those things, Shandrak will pick up the staff and say, does anybody mind if I claim this one for myself?
If she can hear you, Asher says, if no one else does, it sounds perfect for you.
Although he looks a little bit sad. It's like, even though it has
Sad.
plane travel, a little bit. It's like he's excited, but like he's like, well, like because he remembers you mentioning. It's like he mentioned it can do plane travel, but this won't be able to take me back to my home. There's only one way in and
no.
out. There's only one way in and out where I come from.
Don't worry, we'll get you home.
Yeah, the trouble is just finding a portal. There's kind of everywhere, but they're also
All the more
nowhere.
time to make you powerful and rich before you get there.
Oh yeah, they're not even gonna recognize me when I come home.
Okay. Anything
And
else?
Shandrak will also say, so sorry, it's like I still can't see the. I see a few of the NPCs, but I don't see any of them in this room. So Asher's in this room, right?
Oh, but she's within 90 feet, so.
Oh, okay. uh, well, where is Asher? I can't see you.
Karen Glor's
Oh,
right
no.
here. Varen's right here. The Kidate Shinobi Grandmaster is right here.
I think Asher, you said you clicked over around here.
Yeah, you're in.
Asher's right here.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So Shandrak also wants to ask Asher. So I think that from a while back we have those treasures from Tintabula. I think we still have them back on the ship, right? I'm just asking because I was thinking, like,
A lot of
that.
them are loaded onto Frumpy, who I believe is on the ship.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So just because if one of your maybe Varen has a dimensional folding, I was kind of wondering if we could maybe go to the ship because I wanted to try to gift this Gargamon fella a couple of that big axe we got and that large plate mail we got, and see if he wants to join me.
Oh, sure. Ask Baron to get you there.
All right. Was he? I can't see him either. Was he back in the room?
He was in the room
Right
you just
over
came
here.
from.
Oh, yeah. So Chandrak will say, yeah, he'll say the same thing to Varen. It's like, so hoping maybe we can make a quick stop back to the ship and back just to pick up some things.
He nods and looks like he's getting ready to cast the appropriate spell.
Does he have two?
Yes. And I presume you usually have two like normal?
Okay. Asher and Company.
Right, so Varen will cast Dimensional Folding to get back to the Ivory Dagger, which is still docked at in the Pirate City.
Okay. And you're just going there, grabbing some items, and coming back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just grabbing the magic halberd and the magic plate mail is what I'm doing.
All right. Should only take, a round to get there, a round to dig everything out with Varen's help, and then a round to bring everything back. So I'll roll for you traveling there.
Also, those dock fees were very reasonable. I paid up for, I think, till September. I wrote it down.
All right. Nobody ages as you go through.
Nice.
And Tenzi and Company.
Tenzi and Ashriel will come out into the hallway because normally at this time they're on watch, so they'll just come out and kind of stand up on this landing and keep watch for any intruders. And that'll be it for us.
All right. It's 37 after. Dante, you saw Shandrak make off with the staff in hand through a dimensional folding with Varen, and it looked like on the other side there was some sort of cargo hold of a ship before the doorway closed. Or I suppose you could step through if you wanted.
No,
You've
he'll
been on a ship once, right?
stay where he is.
I'm not
Carrying
sure
blank.
if Dante's been there at all.
No, he's been there once. The ship.
Okay. So Dante's holding tight?
Yeah, he's not got sea legs.
Okay. And then so Shandrak's company other than Shandrak is doing what?
Oh, Dante, Ryer is just siding up by Dante and just